Hello everyone, I have subscriber video number 5 for you, playing with Meta Knight, and he's a subscriber I've had since around the 200 subscriber mark, so he has been around for a while. He's been one of my subscribers for like a year probably, so that's pretty darn crazy. Yeah, he's been around for a while, and I really appreciate that, and I appreciate all of you, by the way, because right now this video also represents having 700 subscribers total to the YouTube channel. I just got there, or we just got there about a day ago. Yeah, just a day ago we made it to 700 subscribers. So that is so awesome. Super pumped about that. Thank you all for subscribing and sticking around. And please keep on sticking around. I definitely want to know the content that you guys want to see, so let me know. Post it in the comments and make requests, because I'm definitely willing to do things that you guys request. Okay, so I'm going to be playing as Karax in this, and we're playing on the Missed Opportunities co-op mission, and then Meta Knight is playing as Vorazun, and it works out pretty well. I'm also using the unit strategy instead of actually just going pure defenses while playing as Karax. So I just wanted to kind of see like how strong the unit strategy is with Karax, and I wanted to mix in a couple carriers, because carriers for Karax have this really awesome ability that they can repair nearby friendly units. So I was like, oh, maybe I should try that out. And I just realized that I didn't have, that I have a bunch of extra energy right at the beginning with orbital strikes that I can use to destroy rocks of my own expansion, but I decided to just use it on Meta Knight's rocks so he can expand right away. And I destroyed my own rocks with the photon cannons that I warped in, and now we're expanding already, and now I'm just moving some probes off to the Vespine, or the assimilators right now. And pretty quick here I'll get ground weapons level 1, and I'm going to start getting out some more gateways eventually, and then we'll start really getting a good sizable army going. The very beginning is going to be a little bit rough, however. This first wave isn't going to do much damage, neither is the second wave or the first couple harvesting bots that we have to defend. That's not going to be too bad, but it's just overall in the beginning I don't have very many units created. I was a little bit slow to get moving, and there are some mutalisks that pop up, and I don't have very much anti-air in the beginning, which is something I should have worked on a little bit more. And honestly, maybe I should have thrown down a couple photon cannons to assist against those mutalisks. You'll see pretty quick here, but overall it worked out pretty well. Okay, so yeah, I've thrown down the second nexus now, and I'm just getting up some more gateways, and pretty quick here I will be getting that. Oh yep, I already have ground weapons level 1 coming in here, and I already have a cybernetics core. Eventually, once I get a couple more gateways down and get warp gate research, I'll get down that Twilight Council as well, and we can get the reconstruction upgrade for the zealots. And I'm just using some orbital strikes right now to kill off those zerglings. And yeah, as you can see, I don't quite have Warp Gate yet, but I do have Chrono Wave available, which I'm probably going to use in just a second here. Yep, there we go. And now our harvesting bot's being surrounded. However, it's not that big of a deal because I have a couple orbital strikes, and my teammate just used the black hole ability, which sucks everyone into a single spot. And that works out so well because Vorazun just works out great with Karax because of the orbital strikes. You suck all the opponents into one area, and you always can use your orbital strikes. You don't have to wait for a cooldown, as long as you have enough energy to use them. So, I mean, yeah, use the black hole ability, and then just pound those enemies with the with the orbital strikes, and they instantly die. It works out so good. Ground or air units. And then here I'm just using the reconstruction beams, repairing to my advantage, and I just kept on pulling back those sentinels whenever they need to be repaired so they didn't die. Okay, and we're still making a bunch of probes and trying to finish out cap out the economy at our expansion here. And I need to make a couple more pylons. It looks like I've supply blocked myself. I'm a little bit slow on that right now. I am going to throw down a third forge, however, and now we're going to get those pylons in. They do warp in instantly, though, so won't be supply blocked for very long. And I think right now I've got armor level 1 and shields level 1 coming in. Yep, and I'm going to clear out the rest of these enemies that are right here. I'll probably drop a couple orbital strikes. I lost a sentinel there. I really didn't need to do that. Should have pulled that guy back, but oh well.
There go the bots.
And then here's the second wave. So at this point, this is where I'm going to struggle a little bit. I do get down the Twilight Council, but yeah, there will be a little bit of a struggle here, so I'm going to drop the Purifier Beam just to help clear things out. That'll definitely assist in us not losing these bots here. It gets a little close, but both Meta Knight and I pull through this.
Enemy forces have converged on my bots.
So he used his Black Hole ability, and if I had a little bit more energy, those units would have died a little bit faster, but I didn't have enough energy to use this another Orbital Strike right away. But I did just in time get enough to use that Orbital Strike there. We finished out the enemies. However, now I don't have any energy to take out this wave, and this is where it got a little bit sketchy, because there's a ton of Zerglings, and then another wave is going to come right away again with more Mutalisks, and I just basically lost my whole army right here. So I still have the Purifier Beam. I move it right into these units' path. But now, yeah, like I just said, I don't have any units here. I've got about 1,000 minerals though, so I'm going to start getting some upgrades. Got ground weapons level 2 coming. I believe I already have reconstruction on the way from the Twilight Council, and I'm going to throw down a bunch of gateways so I can actually start consuming this energy, or this excess minerals that I have. And then my teammate Meta Knight once again used Black Hole at just the right time. I dropped those orbital strikes into the Black Hole and killed all of those Zerglings and Mutalisks, so that worked out great. Okay, now I'm getting shields level 2, got armor level 2 on the way, and ground weapons level 2 on the way. My teammate just used Time Stop, and I was going to go help him get the bonus objective, but he's got enough Void Rays that he'll be able to cover that himself. So what I'm going to do instead is start to move out towards the next area where the harvesting bots are going to move to. So yeah, like I was saying, I move out here for just a second, but the enemy wave's coming, so I'll move back over to assist him in just a moment here. Yep, there's that Black Hole ability again, and boom, look at those orbital strikes. Vorazun and Karax work out so well together just because of that one sole thing. I mean, of course, Energizers with Karax are really good support units too for your teammate, but yeah, the Black Hole ability with orbital strikes is fantastic. Okay, now I'm throwing down a couple more gateways, throwing down a Stargate, and also throwing down a Robotics facility. We're getting ground weapons level 3 here, and I'm going to get solar efficiency level 2 pretty soon, as soon as I have enough gas. It costs 300 gas, so I have to wait a little bit for that.
I've never noticed those things floating around here before. I wonder where they came from.
Okay, so you got the bonus objective, and now I'm going to be... Oh yeah, I'm still waiting here. I'll have it in just a moment. Yep, there we go. Got solar efficiency level 2 on the way. And now I'm warping in just a couple more of these sentinels, and I'm going to start moving forward. And then this is where reconstruction is going to come in handy. You'll see in just a second here. So the energizers are really great at increasing the attack speed and movement speed. But yeah, yep, now my sentinels are dying, as you can see, and then they're reconstructing right away, so I'm not actually losing them. And that can happen once every 60 seconds. But yeah, that's what makes Karax's... one of the things that makes Karax's ground army really strong is that reconstruction with the Sentinels. It's very, very powerful ability to have. And it'd be great if we were playing against Terran or Protoss, because then we could use the Reclamation ability, which allows you to capture an opponent for 120 seconds, and then they self-destruct or die after that 2 minutes. So yeah, it's really a really powerful ability. Okay, so yeah, here comes another enemy wave, and then once again, here's where I start struggling a little bit. I split up my units to help out that other harvesting bot because I was in trouble, but then because I split up my units, now all of a sudden I don't have anything to kill these remaining Mutalisks, and I lost a couple units there. I actually didn't lose as many Sentinels as I thought I was going to lose, just for the fact that the reconstruction saved them all. But yeah, now I have enough energy for the orbital strikes to kill at least one Mutalisk. I probably could have killed both of those Mutalisks with the orbital energy that I had, but I was a little careless with it. My teammate just used Time Stop, however, and now we're going to be okay for sure. And because he used Time Stop, I'm going to warp in some more of these Sentinels and then start attacking the enemy wave that's up here while I can't move. But the Banelings, Time Stopped or not, they will still blow up and kill your units. But once again, reconstruction is saving my Sentinels. And at this point, I am definitely thinking that I need to get some type of extra anti-air, since the Mutalisks are still destroying us. So soon, very soon, I'm going to get out some carriers, but I need to get that
I missed you so much.
fleet beacon out. So yeah, I'm just getting that warped in now, and once the fleet beacon's out, then we can start warping in carriers, and then also get that ability for the carriers that allows them to repair nearby friendly units. We already have ground weapons level 3, and we have armor level 3. I'm getting shields level 3 in just a moment here. And then I also just started getting advanced repair systems, which allows the reconstruction beam to repair 4 targets instead of 3. Okay, enemy wave once again. I think this time, yeah, this time I'm actually going to use the Solar Lance ability. So yeah, Solar Lance, great. Fantastic ability for taking out ground or air units. So that time we did not have to worry about this wave. The hybrids were pretty nasty, but look at this. Those Void Rays, so strong. And then you add in some Energizers to increase their attack speed and movement speed. Oh, they become powerful. Okay, so yeah, now I'm starting to get a little bit of a sizable army. Just decent. I've got some Immortals, or at least one Immortal right now. I'll get a couple more eventually. But yeah, once you start getting Immortals incorporated into your army, that's when your army with Karax starts to get really strong. Colossi are really good as well, but I just didn't get the Colossi for the reason that I wanted to save gas for those carriers. That's why I don't have any Colossi incorporated into this army. But yeah, once you start getting Immortals, oh yeah, you really start to pack a punch here. Or, I mean Immortals. Yeah, once you start to get Immortals, you really start to pack a punch. And I don't have any detection still, so what I'm doing is whenever I see Swarm Hosts, or if I see any Lurkers, which I don't think we did run into any Lurkers in this gameplay, but yeah, whenever I see those Locusts pop up from the ground, I just drop a couple Orbital Strikes right where I saw the Locusts pop up, and then I'll kill the Swarm Host. So in that aspect, or because of that reason, I don't need to actually have any Observers. But I will eventually get some of those. Okay, yeah, as soon as I have enough gas, which it costs 375 gas to get those carriers, that's why I'm not going to spend resources on, or that gas resource on anything like Colossi, because I can't afford it. The carriers are just too expensive.
I thought it was funny.
And I'm going to soak up some of these minerals with throwing in pylons, and I'll also expand my supply, which is something I've been needing for a while. And then I'm also... It looks like Meta Knight just said, get the loner. Oh yeah, I'm guessing he wanted me to get the harvesting bot that's going off on its own. Anyways, we're going to intercept this enemy wave. And once we have enough gas, we're going to start gaining some carriers, which we do now. We have 500 gas, so we can at least get one carrier at this point. But I'm just focused on getting these enemy waves right now. Yep, there we go. So we're getting our first carrier here. And I do have a fleet beacon now, so I can also get solar efficiency level 3. I don't think I'm going to get it right away, but as soon as I take out this wave and then get out another carrier, I think then I start getting solar efficiency level 3. The sooner you can get solar efficiency level 3, the better. I mean, it's just great to be able to have all that extra energy income. It helps a ton. And as soon as we have Chrono Wave available again, then that'll just help us get solar efficiency level 3 that much faster. Okay, another enemy wave incoming. I think I'm going to use Orbital Strikes to take out these Mutalisks. Yep, we killed a couple of those, and I'm going to drop a couple more Orbital Strikes to finish off the other Mutalisks. And then these Energizers should be able to finish out the rest of these Mutalisks, since I have quite a few of them. Yep, that army was not that hard to take out. And so the bonus to having units when you are using Karax is because if you have objectives that move around like this, your static defenses don't have to be set in, just the right place. When you're playing as Karax, I mean, it's expensive to put down a lot of defenses all across the whole map, but it's easy to put them in key positions. But if you're using units, you don't have to worry about putting them in those key positions because the units can just move wherever on the map. Though it's expensive with Karax, you can definitely make it work. And I've made a video about this before, but I used Colossi. I didn't actually incorporate carriers. But now that I'm incorporating carriers, I just want to show, once again, how strong these units are. So you probably won't be able to see it that well right now, but these carriers definitely are going to pay off because not only do they, they have their, I can't remember what the little ships are that they have, but anyways, not only do they have those little tiny ships that go out and shoot the opponents, they also repair your friendly units with those two little drones you can see floating right behind them. So that's awesome. It's like you got the reconstruction beam, that repairs the units, and then you also have carriers repairing units. So it's like, wow, if I get enough of repairing, maybe my units won't even die at that point and be really strong. So that's what I wanted to test out, and it really does seem like it makes them that much stronger. And then at this point, Meta Knight, he's got this huge Void Ray army. He's just very strong right now. And he said he got all of his upgrades already just a little bit ago. It helps a lot when you're playing with Karax because of the Chrono Wave. But yeah, he's definitely squashing the opponent. He's playing really well right now. And we finally have Solar Efficiency level 3 on the way. I've got that Chrono boosted as well, the Solar Forge. And yep, now we're just moving in. I think, yep, I just got the second carrier in here too. So not only do we have Time Stop activated here, but we got the carriers in, and everything is just going to get steamrolled now. We have a very strong army, and the opponent at this point is too weak to even stop us from winning, unless we're in the very, wrong spot. Okay, I'm just going to turn that Energizer into phasing mode. I'm going to warp in some more of these Sentinels, not Zealots. If we're feeling really comfortable, we could clear out the rest of this map at this point. We definitely have strong enough armies to do that, but I don't think we are going to. Yeah, and then here, Meta Knight was talking about how Vorazun was the very first commander that he played as. And he's talking about how overpowered Vorazun is. And yeah, I definitely agree. Vorazun's very, very strong commander. I do think there are some commanders that are, well, I don't know if I want to say some commanders are more overpowered than Vorazun, but I think some commanders are easier to use than Vorazun. I think Vorazun's pretty easy to learn, but to master, that's a different story, Because, like, for example, if you play a weekly mutation, that's when you can really test how good a commander is or how good you are with using that commander. And I definitely think Vorazun's very powerful, but when I play her on weekly mutations, that's when I start to struggle a lot when I use her. If I use Karax or Abathur on weekly mutations, I feel so much more comfortable. There's just something missing with being really easy to use Vorazun. When I play with Abathur and Karax, I can just, it's almost like whatever I play, I can figure out some type of strategy to use with those two commanders. But yeah, Vorazun's not quite the same story. I mean, even with Artanis or like Kerrigan, I can figure something out with them. Kerrigan's a little bit more difficult, but yeah, Vorazun takes some skill. I'll definitely say that. Vorazun takes some skill to use. And yeah, and once again, Meta Knight just using those black holes at just the right time. I didn't use any orbital strikes on that one. I moved away, but I think I figured that the enemy was going to die anyways. Yeah, he just said black holes OP. Yeah, here we go. Orbital strike right on top of all those Mulisks. And they're gone.
The bots are returning to me now. I can always count on them to do
Two
that.
Mulisks left right there. We've got 3 carriers out right now. Oh yeah, I think I just figured out the name. Interceptors. That's what they're called for the carriers. The interceptors for the carriers are very, very good. Yeah, and then here I'm saying Karax really makes Vorazun OP. Yeah, so what I was trying to get at right here when I was talking to Meta Knight is, like, yeah, Vorazun's already OP, but Karax makes her, even more overpowered because, you use Black Hole like I was talking about earlier, and then you drop those orbital strikes on the units in the Black Hole, and boom, instantly dead. Yeah, perfect duo like he said. And then those Energizers, as you can see right here, look at them. They're increasing all the attack speed and movement speed of those Void Rays. It's so good. Increasing attack speed increases your damage per second. The output of that is just, everything gets improved. And everything you're facing off dies faster. And then all of those Sentinels that are dying right there are getting reconstructed right away. I have a huge excess of minerals and gas right now. What I probably should have done, well, not probably, but yeah, if I lost all of these Sentinels, if I felt like sacrificing them, I could soak up a majority of these minerals and gas with making a bunch of carriers. And, well, honestly, I could have made photon cannons and shield batteries everywhere, That's a really good way to soak up all the minerals, like an absolute way without sacrificing units. Gas, on the other hand, that's a little bit harder. I could build some Kadarin monoliths to soak up that gas, actually. So I could have spent all of the resources I had. So if I was a better player, or if I was more on top of it, looking back at it, I definitely could have spent all those resources. Anyways, not that we needed to, because we absolutely dominated that. And big thanks to Meta Knight. Thank you so much for playing this match with me. I really appreciate that. This is subscriber video number 5 once again. And please, anyone, message me or make a comment in the comment section and ask if you want to be in a subscriber video with me. Make sure to join that U7 chat channel. It's in the America server, remember that. So if you're looking for the chat channel and you're not in the America server, you're not going to be able to find it. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys. So subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Subscribe if you want to be in a subscriber video. Leave a like if you like the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.